Imagine a man who killed for pleasure, taunted the police, mocked the press, and then vanished into the shadows of history, leaving behind only blood, puzzles, and fear. He called himself the Zodiac. This is the chilling true story of one of the world's most terrifying and mysterious killers. Stay with us, because what you're about to hear will shake you to the core. It was December 20th, 1968. The air was cold and sharp in Vallejo, California. Teenagers David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen were parked in a secluded spot, doing what countless young couples did on Friday nights, seeking privacy. But that night, something sinister lurked in the darkness. Out of nowhere, a car pulled up behind them. A man stepped out, armed, deliberate, silent. Within minutes, David was shot in the head, and Betty Lou ran for her life, only to collapse with 5 bullets in her back. This was the start. But no one knew it yet. The police thought it was another tragic Lover's Lane shooting. But the killer wasn't done. He had a plan, a game. On July 4th, 1969, a young couple, Darlene Farine and Mike Mageau, were sitting in a car at Blue Rock Springs Park, Vallejo. Suddenly, another car approached. The driver left, then returned. This time, he got out with a flashlight and a gun. Without warning, shots erupted. Darlene was killed instantly. Mike barely survived, crawling with bullet wounds. An hour later, a call came to Vallejo police. A man's calm voice confessed to the murders. He even claimed responsibility for the earlier killings of Faraday and Jensen. It was the Zodiac making his debut. Soon after, letters began arriving at local newspapers. They weren't just ordinary confessions. They were taunts full of arrogance, threats, and strange symbols. Each letter began with chilling words. "This is the Zodiac speaking." In August 1969, 3 newspapers received nearly identical letters. Inside them, a cryptogram, the Zodiac's infamous code. He promised that if the papers didn't publish it, he would kill again. The cryptograms contained bizarre symbols, circles, crosses, triangles, letters. It was his signature, his way of saying, "You can't stop me. You'll never understand me." One line stood out above all: "I like killing people because it is so much fun." San Francisco was now gripped with terror. People feared the night. Lovers' lanes emptied. Parents warned their children. Every shadow could hide the Zodiac. The killer wrote again. He threatened to shoot school buses to pick off children as they came bouncing out. The city panicked. Police escorts trailed buses. Drivers scanned the roads with dread. The Zodiac was no longer just a killer. He was psychological warfare. On September 27, 1969, college students Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were relaxing by Lake Berryessa. A man in a bizarre hooded costume approached, decorated with the Zodiac's crosshair symbol. He tied them up. He stabbed them repeatedly. Cecilia died. Brian survived to tell the world about the masked figure. The Zodiac later called police to report his crime, giving exact directions to the bodies. He wanted recognition. He wanted the fear. October 11, 1969, San Francisco. Paul Stein, a cab driver, picked up a passenger. Minutes later, he was shot in the head. This was different. It wasn't a secluded couple. It was a random victim in the city. And then, the killer took a piece of Paul's bloody shirt as a trophy. Later, he mailed it to the press. Proof of his crime. Proof that he was untouchable. Witnesses described him. A stocky white man, glasses, crew cut. Police came close to catching him that night, but due to a communication error, they let him walk away. The Zodiac slipped back into the shadows. The Zodiac wasn't content with killing. He wanted control. He sent letters packed with strange symbols, ciphers that promised to reveal his identity. Some were solved, most weren't. One decoded message read chillingly, "I like killing people because it's so much fun. Man is the most dangerous animal of all." It was a game where human lives were pawns, and the police, media, and public were his audience. The Zodiac haunted California. He claimed responsibility for dozens of murders. Though only a handful were confirmed, detectives chased every lead. Hundreds of suspects were investigated. Some looked promising. Arthur Lee Allen, the prime suspect for years. But evidence never fully connected him. Journalists obsessed over the case. Armchair detectives spent decades trying to crack the ciphers. Even the FBI got involved, but the Zodiac was always one step ahead, or maybe he had already stopped, satisfied with the chaos he left behind. The 1970s passed. The letters slowed. The murders stopped or seemed to, but the legend of the Zodiac only grew. Movies, books, documentaries all tried to make sense of the man who mocked the world. To this day, no one knows who he really was. DNA evidence, handwriting analysis, psychological profiling all failed to unmask him. The Zodiac remains an open wound in American history, a killer without a face, a puzzle without a solution. Before we continue, let me ask you, who do you think the Zodiac was? Was he Arthur Lee Allen? Was he someone else entirely? Comment your theory below. And don't forget to like this video if you want more untold mysteries. What made the Zodiac so terrifying wasn't just his murders. It was his ability to vanish, to live among us, maybe even now. Was he a genius? A madman? Both? The Zodiac's identity became the ultimate mystery, a reminder of human evil wrapped in shadows. Even now, when new evidence surfaces, the world listens. Because the Zodiac is more than a killer. He's a ghost that refuses to die. This is the Zodiac speaking. Those words still echo across decades. He wanted to be remembered, feared, immortal, and in that sense, he won. The Zodiac killer remains unsolved, his cryptic shadow stretching across history. If this story shook you, hit that subscribe button right now. We uncover the darkest, most mysterious crimes in history, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Share this video, spread the word, and keep searching for the truth. Because somewhere out there, the Zodiac's secret still waits to be uncovered.